This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
Hello, I'm Megan Thompson with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. An update now on a health insurance showdown that has left thousands of Arizonans with out-of-network care in Yavapai County. Earlier this month, Blue Cross Blue Shield Arizona and Yavapai Regional Medical Center cut ties over contract negotiations, leaving more than 11,000 people in limbo, and both parties have yet to come to an agreement. ABC15 is speaking with State Senator Ken Bennett, who has been hearing from his constituents about their concerns.
I'm told by one of them, both of them in one way or another, that we're not too far apart. So let's get a deal done and get people back under coverage.
Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona says if you need emergency room care, it will still be in network. We're following a new effort to get more computer chips made in the U.S. The Commerce Department is now accepting applications from developers to access nearly $40 billion in federal funding, money that will help build new factories and boost production. The funding is part of the CHIPS and Science Act, which President Joe Biden signed into law last summer. Are you overwhelmed by requests for tips these days? More and more people say they're being asked to tip in more places more often. John Matarese shows us when you really have to tip and when you can decline.
Whether you're paying for something in person or on your phone, there's a good chance these days you'll encounter three little words: add a tip. Well, now some people are wondering if these requests for 15 to 25% tips might be getting a little out of hand. Jamal Potter and Jared Metz say every time you get food or coffee these days, the pressure is on, thanks to new point-of-sale systems that encourage a tip for every purchase.
Always feeling like I have to tip everybody in every industry.
It's kind of pressure when they pull it, turn around on you, and you're like, can't say no because you don't want to be rude.
Customers became much more generous during the early days of the pandemic as a show of support for restaurants and other businesses. It's a trend that never really stopped. According to the payment processing company Square, tips at full-service restaurants grew by 25% in the third quarter of 2022. For restaurants with counter service, tips were up nearly 17%.
First of all, really important to acknowledge that tipping is optional, but in certain situations, it is expected.
NerdWallet's Kimberly Palmer says with digital payment methods replacing the old tip jar, it's easy to spend outside your budget.
Often we feel like other people can see what we're tipping, maybe even the employee themselves, and so it can feel a little uncomfortable. So I think it's really worth just thinking through. It's okay to decline a tip if it's a situation that doesn't call for one.
According to NerdWallet, you should always tip servers and bartenders the standard 20%, and 15 to 20% for rideshare drivers, food delivery drivers, and spa or salon professionals. Kimberly says if you can't afford a gratuity, maybe it's time to rethink the purchase. Trisha Kelly says if 20% feels too high for a snack or coffee, customize and tip a little less.
I don't mind it because I can obviously do the custom tip.
And that way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.
Okay, restaurant workers, mark your calendars. Tomorrow is Employee Appreciation Day, and Noodles & Co. is offering a free lunch for Phoenix restaurant employees at all their Valley locations. Restaurant workers who stop by any location wearing their work uniform can get a free bowl of noodles worth up to $13. The deal lasts from 1 to 5 p.m. on Thursday, March 2nd. For more details on this deal, head to abc15.com/smartshopper. If you're looking for a new furry friend, here's your chance. Starting today, you can adopt dogs 6 months and older for free at Maricopa County Animal Care and Control Center. It's part of Bissell Pet Foundation's Empty the Shelters event. This goes through next Monday. For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, you can always head to abc15.com or download the free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.